Welcome back, everybody. This is Miss Ashley from the Crystal Lake Public Library's Youth Services Department, here for another Blow Off Some Steam. We are going to explore water and density and color today, and we are going to make different densities of sugar water, and we are going to layer those colored sugar waters on top of one another. Today you will need 4 jars and warm water, about a half a cup in each. You're gonna need food coloring, red, yellow, green, and blue. A measuring spoon, so we'll measure tablespoons by 2, so you can do 1 tablespoon, or I have a 2 tablespoon scoop, some stirrers, some sugar, and straws. Let's get started. Oh, also, you'll need something to layer it in, preferably something that's thin and tall. So I've used an empty spice container that you can see you might have at home. So when one gets emptied, you can clean it out and use it for lots of things around your house. Okay, first we're gonna mix our different colors. So I have a half a cup of warm, almost hot water in each. That's gonna help the sugar dissolve. And I'm gonna put different amounts of sugar in each one. First, I think I'm actually going to add the food coloring. So I need a jar of red. So it says 2 drops. I'm gonna do about 4 for red. It generally is a little bit lighter. Same for yellow. I'm gonna do 4 of yellow. Whoa, that might have been a few more. Green. I did 3 there, and blue, 2. Okay, now we're going to stir it up a little bit and then add our sugar to help it dissolve. So in the red, I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay. In the yellow, I'm gonna add 4. 2. So remember, my tablespoon scooper is 2 at a time. So 2 and 4. In the green, I'm gonna do 6. So 2, 4, and 1 more will be 6. And if you're guessing a pattern, any ideas what I'm gonna do in the blue? I am going to do 8, that's right. So I've been adding, so 2, 4, 6, I've been adding 2 to each one, so 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so we've added the sugar, and now we need to dissolve it. So we're gonna be stirring in here. I don't know if you can see the sugar at the bottom here. So I'm going to be stirring this up. And so there's a lot more to dissolve in the ones that have more sugar in them, right? Okay, so I've dissolved the sugar in my colored water as best I could. You may have noticed I added a little bit more warm water to the green and the blue because it was warmer and it would help it dissolve. You don't have to do that. You can just pop yours in the microwave if it's in a microwavable safe container for about 30 seconds at a time, just to increase the heat so that the sugar will dissolve. Now, I didn't add any water to these, and you can see that I started off with about the same water, and the more dense liquid, the yellow, is a little higher in the jar than the red. This only has 2 tablespoons. This one has 4. So I poured some blue into my container, and I have a little eyedropper because the straw wasn't working very well for me that I was using. So I have an eyedropper, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to get some of the green in, and I'm gonna try to put it in very gently so that it doesn't mix. Yeah, that looks like that's gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up. So you can see I'm adding it slowly, trying to do 1 drop at a time. And you can see that the water goes down a little bit, but it seems to float because it's less dense, right? Now, if I just dumped it in there, it would all mix together. That's why doing it slowly is good. It'll give it a chance to come back up and not go all the way down. Ooh. I went a little fast there. You could see it go down. I think that's enough. So there you can see our layered water. We have the blue at the bottom, then we have the green, and then we have the yellow. And you can see a little bit of orange from when the yellow and red mixed, and then the red. So I hope you give this a try at home, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about density before we go. Okay, we're going to go to the Crystal Lake Public Library's website, clpl.org. We're going to go under Kids and then under Research. We're going to scroll down and we're going to go into pebblego. I've already entered my library card number in, and you can see I'm in pebblego. I'm going to go into Science. Then I'm going to go into Physical Sciences. I'm going to go into Matter, Properties of Materials, and then I'm going to go into Floating and Sinking. And here I can read about that. So we talk about what's a property. They share an important property that tells us about its material. So a toy ship and a real ship are very different in size, but they both float on water.
Gravity and buoyancy.
Gravity is the force that pulls all objects together. Buoyancy is the force of a liquid pushing upward. Gravity and buoyancy work against each other to help materials float or sink.
Density.
Whether a material floats or sinks depends on its density. Density is the weight of something compared to its size. When an object is denser than the liquid or gas in it, it sinks. If it's less dense, it floats. So in our experiment, the blue water was more dense. The green water was less dense on top of the blue water. The yellow water was less dense on top of the green water. And then the red water was less dense on top of the yellow water. You can learn
displacement,
a little bit about displacement,
volume.
You can read more articles, or you can do another activity at home. And you can practice floating and sinking. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a try, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.